Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. And we are back with Marriage Boot Camp, you guys. If you watched me last season when we did Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition, you know I really enjoyed this show. And normally I have a special guest with me. He won't be here with me this week, but hopefully I can get him on camera next week. Fingers crossed. Y'all drop down in the comments and say, hey Cliff, where you at? We want to see you, because I enjoy reviewing this show with him, especially because I like to get a man's perspective on what's going on. But this is season, who knows, episode 1. It'll all be right in the titles and stuff like that. All right, so it's gonna be a watch along, just like how we did last season. I'm excited that the show is back, so let's go ahead and get started. Honey, this is going to be a good season. They just did the little, you know, beforehand situation, letting us know who gonna be on the cast. Judge Lynn done cussed, honey, done talking about get the F out. Wait a minute, what y'all doing that got Judge Lynn cursing? We got 4 couples, NORI and Neri. They're on Love and Hip Hop Miami right now. We got that couple, Sir Brock and what's her name, Amber, from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. TV relationship. I hate when they bring these clearly fake relationships on here, because we saw how that went down in Hollywood. Who else we got? We got Molly Mall and his girl. His girl looks real familiar, y'all. It's gonna drive me crazy. Wasn't she on some other reality show? Didn't Molly Mall do Love and Hip Hop for a little while? And wasn't Molly Mall accused of some type of sexual assault allegations or something in Las Vegas? A lot of this is I'm gonna have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure, isn't Molly Mall in jail like right now off of something like that? Maybe I got him confused, but I could have sworn it was Molly Mall. And then we have Money Love with her man. All right. They quarantined for 14 days. Let's go. What she done did to her face? Amber done got lips. She's starting to look real Hazel-ish. I don't know why y'all keep messing with y'all face. Y'all gonna learn one of these days. They kept saying Sir Brock. I'm like, who is Sir Brock? You mean Miles? Okay, Miles and Milan. Okay. Alright, I'm like, Sir Brock. Y'all better be trying to get y'all music up. We know, we see it. We know what it's for. Amber, why are your boobs out like this in front of all these people?
Originally, I'm a boy. Yes.
Money Love and Tuff coming to the house. It's cute. So I'm having a cup of tea, love. This isn't quite tea. Shall I indulge? Maybe I can work on my British accent. Y'all know I'm country. Maybe I can take this time to work on my British accent. Shall I indulge? But anyway, so Money and Love have a 12-year age difference. He's an artist, aspiring still, and you know she is a rapper who's been in the game for decades upon decades. So let's see. I'm sure there's an issue in that already. All right, so I had to stop because this is I'm like getting aggravated because I'm like, I know something happened with Molly Mall. So I'm checking here, and he did get charged with running an illegal prostitution ring in Nevada. Had been running it for 12 years, and he pled guilty. So how he's out, I don't know, because he was hit with a 3-year sentence in May. So maybe this was shot right before he went in. And then as far as Treasure goes, because she looks familiar, I feel like she was maybe on Beyond the Pole or something. I'm still looking for her information, you guys. But if y'all know, y'all can always drop it down too. But I'm pretty sure Treasure was like on, they said she was an exotic dancer. I think she was on WeTV's Beyond the Pole, but I'm gonna keep looking, because this is gonna drive me crazy. Okay, so Treasure was on season 6 of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So this is just a whole Love and Hip Hop cast. Everybody has appeared on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta except for Money Love, who appeared on Little Women in Atlanta. If y'all did not know. Okay, so now we got NORI and them coming in. Let's see what's going on. We already know from Miami, the main issue with them is that he's a freaking barbarian. He's like a male chauvinist who doesn't help with the kids, and apparently has a little bit of a drinking problem. That's gonna be their issues. All right, so everybody's in the house and we're sitting here and we're watching them kind of go over what their issues are. And Amber, of course, brings up Miles's sexuality and talk about, well, because he was like, this year we're supposed to be trying to have a baby. She was like, this year we're supposed to find out if you're going to stop liking men. And I'm like, wow. And then he says, well, your attitude is what's pushed me into dating men.
And they're toxic.
And now what now? He says, you're toxic and you're what pushes me into dating men. Sir, I don't care if she is toxic. She can't push you into nothing. She can't push you into another peen. She can't push you into any other hole out there besides a hole you want to be into, okay? Let's stop playing these games. So the couple that is going to take up the most space in the house, it's definitely going to be Amber and Miles, or Sir Brock, or whatever you want to call him. They're definitely going to take up a lot of space in the house with their messiness and their drama and their made-for-TV relationship. Because that's just what it is. If you're going to choose to stay with this man after he publicly embarrassed you and came out to you on TV and all of this kind of stuff, and now you're like, I don't be wanting to tell people. You don't have to tell anyone. Everybody already knows. He did it 6 years ago. So either you're going to be with him or you're not going to be with him. Like, it's literally been 6 years of this back and forth. And to be honest, you're wasting your time. And I'm not saying that he doesn't love her or anything like that, but this is clearly not going to work. It's clearly toxic, okay? I'm letting y'all know right now that I am not invested in their love story at all. I'm not invested in the slightest bit. I'll give the commentary because they on the show, but I'm not invested in their love story. They're not going to be together. People need checks. Love and hip hop is not what it used to be, clearly. That's why everybody's over here. Okay? Hollywood probably ain't even coming back. Or if it do come back, we don't know, because they ain't even started filming nothing. Like, so this is what that is. As far as Treasure and Molly Mall goes, apparently one of Treasure's issues is that she drinks a lot, and we see her double fisting first scene. Got champagne in one glass and a shot in the other. Now, I ain't one to judge anybody on their drinking. Grown people drink how you want to drink, grown people. But we ain't been in this house long enough to be turned up just yet. You know, y'all in here for 10 short days. Y'all gonna be getting to a lot of stuff in a lot of time. You probably should want to be in a clear head space. That's all I'm saying. So far, I like Money Love and her guy. I can't remember his name yet, but they seem cool enough. I want to really see what their issues are. And like I said, we kind of already seen what's going on with NORI and Neri on Love and Hip Hop Miami, although we haven't really been able to dive into that. I just want to know, like, at what point were these things filmed? Because if this was filmed before Miami was filmed, that means they haven't resolved any of these issues. So I'm hoping that maybe this was filmed afterward so that they could have, like, actually resolved these pressing issues in their relationship. And one more thing, I find it interesting that they are sitting in this house. They had to quarantine for 14 days, but they only gonna be in this hip hop mansion for 10 days. The quarantine was long. Y'all might as well had, I don't know, done this virtually or something. I don't know, like, okay, this is cute. A little dating game scene. You know they got to put a twist into the dating show. Can't be this easy. Oh, heck. Hey, Judge. Come on out. Step it out, Judge. I would fangirl over Judge Tola. I don't care. Alright, so now that the game is switched and we into the haters game, and you know they start showing the videos of what people are saying about their partner, I don't understand why they don't act like, why they get oblivious and be like, oh, I never thought this video was gonna come out. Yeah, duh. So Molly Mall was the one who was like saying something like his spouse doesn't trust him, especially when he has multiple women. But then he goes and says, well, when we got together, you know, I had like 4 or 5 girls, so she knew what it was. And then when you look at her tape, she talks about how getting with a man with money, you just know what it is, and that she's a submissive. And I just found it very interesting, the wording and the way that they're talking. And it's not about her saying that she is submissive. Notice she said she is the submissive, and they talk about how the bedroom is the dungeon and stuff like that. And I think that the way it sounds to me and the way that it's kind of going to me, it seems like Treasure's the bottom bitch for this prostitution ring that's been going on. She's the, you know, she's the bottom, you know what I'm saying? And he's running it in his household and as well as in Vegas. That's what it seems like to me. That's what I'm getting from it. She says that he's not emotionally supportive, and she's just used to bottling things up, and that's why she's just exploding now. But I see what's going on here. I see this. It's some real pimp hoe relationship type of thing. Really. And then a lot of these girls don't realize y'all sitting up here and y'all want to get with these men with all this money and all this power and prestige, and don't realize that they think like this. And now you sitting up here being the bottom B while he's out here got 15 girls. So then the next question, of course, is for Amber and Brock, and basically she brings up his sexuality again. She says she doesn't know if he is looking at her or the next guy or the next woman. She doesn't know. And so Dr. Ish says, is his sexuality like an issue for you? Is it like insecurity for you? And she says no, but yes it is, because you brought that up 15 times already. Like, clearly his sexuality is an issue for you. She says, well, I just want to make sure that he's done with that and that. And he's like, well, I'm choosing you. I'm choosing you. And Dr. Ish says, well, what if he can't, you know, what if it's not a choice? Maybe he can't choose to stop being attracted to men. So then what are you going to do? And so now she goes on this whole rant and this tangent. My thing is, if you have in all of these feelings, if you have to feel all this way, then this just isn't the guy for you. It's nothing wrong with saying, I'm not at a place where I can accept dating a bisexual man. It's okay with saying that if that is where you are. But y'all doing all of this back and forth and you demeaning him, what kind of relationship is that? This man sat up here and said, you make me feel insecure. And you gonna say, why you lying? You don't feel insecure. How you gonna tell the next person how they feel? I told you, I feel insecure. You can't tell me how I feel. You can tell me how that was not your intention or whatever, but you can't tell me how you make me feel. And then they get into a blow up and he walks out. I already know I'm gonna be sick of them. She gonna do too much. She gonna do entirely too much. And if you got to have all of this type of emotion and you are this embarrassed for people to know that you talking to him, and you worried about what everybody and their mama got to say, and then you don't know if you can trust him around your girlfriends or your guy friends, why are you with him? Why are we here? Make it make sense. It don't, cause it won't, cause it ain't. I don't want to do this with them this season. I don't want to do it. Why they making us do this? Next couple. We get again into Nori and Neri, and basically he's a pig. Basically he's a pig. He feels like I pay the bill, so I shouldn't have to do anything else. Everything else should be on her, and I should be number one in this relationship. She needs to like tell her friends, no, sometimes like I need to have a choice in what we're eating and all of this. And he's just a pig. I'm sorry. I know people are like, oh, I'm old school and things like that. That's completely different and separate and apart. Just because you are a provider to someone does not mean that you are a good partner for them. And I find it interesting that Neri says, well, he can, and I'm not saying he's not a good man. She says he's a good man, he's a good husband, he's a good man, he's a good father, he's a good provider. It sounds like he's a good provider, and he could be a pretty decent man. Like, he's not out here cheating on her that we know of. He's not beating and abusing her in that sense, so that's fine. But what makes him a good father if he doesn't even want to take care of his children? And children need more than just finances. A relationship needs more than just finances. You need to be there for them emotionally. So now you're raising cavemen, and your caveman baby ain't gonna be able to find too many women in 20, 30, 31, 41, you know, whatever, however old they are, when they start dating and things like that, because that's just not what it is. Emotional support is just as important as financial support. Emotional support is, you know, almost more important, because if we struggling financially, if we got to be on the same page emotionally for us to make it through. But I can have the biggest house, all the cars, all the this and all of that, but if I'm feeling lonely, that don't do me no good. I want to like Nori, I do, but he's just an oinker. They ain't not cheating while she was pregnant. So not only was he cheating, but he gonna say it was only about 3 other women. What? Not, you know, I mean, yeah, I was cheating on you while you was pregnant, but I mean, it was only with 3 women. Cause I mean, I couldn't get with you. I couldn't be with you at the time. No, she ain't over it.
It's still raw for you.
How you get over that? Now they get to pick. Basically, they're going to pick their rooms or whatever, and everybody has to kind of vote and go to where they're going. So you got train wreck station, penny picture, the control room, and then another one about cheating. So let's see. Train wreck station needs to go to Amber and Brock. Miles and Amber knew it, definitely. Control room is Molly Mall and Treasure, of course. Cheater chamber is gonna be Money and Tuff for sure, which means penny picture is Nori and Neri. Petty penthouse is what it's called. I thought it was penny picture. Petty penthouse is the Nori and Neri. And then I'm sick of Amber. I'm sick of her. So they go to have their little dinner or whatever, and they sitting there talking, and Nori points out that Amber and Miles are just very much so similar. And Miles says, well, you know, we got to figure out if we're going to do this or we're going to get off of it. And then she begins to get violent. She slaps off his hat, throws his glasses, hits him upside the head. Everybody's just sitting there looking crazy. It's not okay. It's not okay. It's just not, period. I understand, you know what I'm saying. We need to make it clear that women need to keep their hands to themselves too. It wouldn't have been right if Miles would have hit her, but also it's not right for you to be sitting up here hitting him like that at this table, like, period. And everybody just sitting there. It's like the awkwardest freaking first dinner I've ever seen. Keep your hands to yourself, people. Keep your hands to yourself. If he would have mushed her, then everybody would have been all up on him. But she need to sit on your hands if you can't keep them to yourself. Take it back to kindergarten. Sit on your hands if you don't know how to keep them to yourself. Why? I'm not. I feel like they gonna aggravate my spirit this whole season, and I just don't want it. I don't want that. If we gonna have another season of people being violent with each other, she need to go. She need to go. This ain't no domestic violence boot camp. This is marriage boot camp. You ain't even married. Really. Alright, exactly. Thank you, Dr. Ish come to talk to them, because it's not okay for her to hit him. And he asked her if he had done it to her, would that have been okay? She says no. So why is it okay for you to do it to him? And then demasculate this man in front of a group of other men when you've already been talking about his sexuality, which already probably emasculates him. It just doesn't, it's toxic. It's toxic. And he looks, He looks abused. So after we done had this heart-to-heart with Dr. Ish to that couple child, and we see everybody else at the table talking about it, because it's just wild. Like, y'all can't be out here getting physical with each other. Everybody's kind of talking about what happened. All of a sudden, Treasure starts crying. She's talking about how she's a Southern girl and she loves family and she would never boss up on Molly Mall, and next thing you know, she's crying. Nori talking about, I ain't never seen nobody cry on top of cry. I ain't never seen tears on top of tears. Honey, that liquor got into her. What kind of liquor was she drinking? What liquor make you cry? What liquor make you cry, though? I don't know. I'm not a crier, so I'm not a crying drunk, so I don't know. Y'all drop down in the comments. Tell me what liquor be drinking that'll sit up there and make you cry. You know, they say brown liquor make you mad. That's different for me. Like tequila makes me a little angrier than usual. Brown liquor make me chill. Maybe it would be the white liquor have you in here crying. I don't know. But Treasure baby, no. She's talking about she's socially awkward. So that's why she was a little off the first day, girl. Okay. Whatever excuse you need to make to tell yourself. Because baby, that wasn't it. So they get their rooms. And y'all know, like, normally on marriage boot camp, they go all out with the rooms. I'm not going to lie. These rooms are really lackluster for what we're used to seeing in marriage boot camp. Like, when they have a theme, it's themed out from top to bottom. All they have is posters or like canvases of hateful things that the other person has said to them. Some of the most hateful things Amber said to Miles, that she wished he would die. Then when they go into the room, he asked her if she's gonna apologize. She asked him, are you gonna apologize? He said, yeah, I'll apologize. She said, well, apologize. So then he apologizes, they kiss, and that's the end of it. This is why y'all are toxic. Right here. That was anyway. Molly Mall is upset because he feel like the room ain't baller enough. The bed's too small. They ain't got no TV. So this is making him second guess the entire process. You're not supposed to be at this house to be watching TV. Molly Mall, you here to fix your relationship with Treasure. Treasure feels like he's controlling and a narcissist, and he gaslights her and basically tells her that she's wrong. You can't tell nobody how they feel. If this is how you make me feel, this is how you make me feel. You can't change my feelings by telling me that that's no longer how I feel. So Dr. Ish comes in and talks to them, and he says that he notices that there's a disconnect and a distance between them, and we're gonna get into it a little bit later. But Molly Mall has pimp written all over him. He has pimp written all over him. And we end the episode with Treasure being drunk, twerking on the door while Molly Mall has tried to distance himself from her. This is going to be an interesting season. I hope y'all enjoyed this watch along. Again, next week, hopefully, we will have my partner in crime with me to watch along and get his opinions on this season as well. Y'all make sure that you drop a comment down below and tell me what you think about the episode and this upcoming season. Make sure you like this video, subscribe if you have not done so already, and yeah, I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. All right, peace.